Hello, everybody. I'm your host, Eric Bird, here at StopStrugglingNow.com. And today we have to talk about redlining, ladies and gentlemen. That's right, civil rights were put into place after long, hard-fought battles over hundreds of years to get a certain group of discriminations done away with. But oh my, it's still here. And since it's still here, it affects everybody, even though some people think it's okay and does not. Oh yes, wealth building in the house. Why some have a harder time than others. Lawsuits incoming. And welcome. Stop Struggling Now gear. Check. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. Now, let's get to it. All right, welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much once again for being here. Please share the videos because you never know who's out here that do not have this information and who needs to understand why your wealth building journey needs to be upgraded. Let's get into it, shall we? Without further ado, let's go over to the YouTube channel, podcast channel, and notice there's some other videos you might have missed. Check them out. Share them with your friends. Let other people know. Let's get into redlining, shall we? Here's redlining. Redlining can be defined as a discriminatory practice that consists of the systemic, notice the word systemic, denial of services such as mortgages, insurance loans, mortgages for homes. How did people build wealth before and still to this day? Because their home value increases and you're able to borrow against your equity to go out and buy businesses. Go out and get education for your kids and children. Go out and buy more assets. Insurance loans, in case you're not familiar with not J.P. Morgan, J. Paul Getty. The top dogs, are we talking about the people that use insurance loans against their insurance coverage so they can pass down wealth every time somebody passes away and borrow against the insurance loan throughout their life? That creates great tax advantages and other financial services to residents of certain areas based on their race or ethnicity. Now, let's move along to the civil rights. Because once again, civil rights no discrimination laws protect individuals from unfair treatment based on certain characteristics, such as race, color, religion, sex, and national origin. These laws, like the Civil Rights Act of 1964, aim to ensure equal opportunities in various areas like employment, education, access to public services. Now, let's get into it, shall we, ladies and gentlemen? What do we have here? Wells Fargo won't face mortgage discrimination class action. Wait a minute. Hold on. Did this really just say they will not face discrimination? So some of you would say, well, hold on. We haven't gotten to the article, Eric. But some of you, most of you who watch this channel, you already know where this is going. They had to discriminate against certain people in order for this to happen. But all of a sudden, you guys start going, what's this redlining? Hold on. Why are highways in major cities built a certain way? And how is one side of the highway low income? The other side of the highway with the exact same homes is higher income valued. Think about it. Okay. I just had to set it up for you guys. All right. Make sure you guys understand what's going on out here. Because once again, you can't believe what's going on in this day and age. Let's go. Here it is. Wells Fargo won't have to face class action loss claims. It systematically discriminated against hundreds of thousands of Black and Hispanic mortgage applicants. A federal judge ruled. Remember that systemic redlining, discriminatory actions? U.S. District Judge James Donato in San Francisco. Donato in San Francisco decided on Tuesday that the applicants could not sue as a group because they failed to show their claims were similar enough. Individual lawsuits are the alternative, he said. You want to know why? You want to know why? Because individually they may not have the money. A class action lawsuit, a high-powered attorney may do it pro bono. So this is what the court system does. They say, oh no, we can tell there's some discrimination. But no, we're not going to allow you guys to all join forces and bring all the cases. The decision spares the fourth largest U.S. bank from a potential larger payout, exactly, which the plaintiff said could reach billions of dollars of wealth stolen from these people, ladies and gentlemen, than it might owe borrowers who could afford to sue one by one. Exactly. Wells Fargo was accused of digital redlining through its use of an automated underwriting system known as CORE, short term for Common Opportunities Results Experiences, whose race-infected lending algorithms deemed minority applicants a higher risk. The plaintiff said this caused the San Francisco bank, Wells Fargo, to disproportionately deny mortgage and mortgage refinancing applications for minorities. Remember when I talked about that refinancing, taking money out to go buy assets, build wealth? Don't be fooled, because here's the bottom line. While offering better terms to similarly qualified white applicants. Let that sit for a second. Now imagine this happening for the last 250, 300 years of one group before the Civil Rights Agreement. Which again, apparently that civil rights law does not matter. Okay, plaintiffs wish to sue about hundreds of thousands of home loan decisions at once, Donato wrote. Of course, because that's what they were doing. They had the algorithm, so they were all in the same basket. But of course, systemically, they say, oh no, we can't have that, so it's going to go to the appeals court, of course. All right, so here it is. Donato ruled 2 months after the Federal Reserve lifted a 7-year-old asset cap it imposed after a series of scandals over how Wells Fargo treated customers. The case is in Wells Fargo mortgage discrimination litigation, U.S. District Court, Northern District of California. Now, good luck, Americans. This right here hurts everybody. Why do I say this? Because you can imagine you've heard of gentrification. In case you haven't, gentrification is based on you keep a lower section of town depressed with values. Let it run down. Then redlining, you move certain individuals into that section of town, knowing that you have put them in a trick bag, that you're not going to give them those loans. You're not going to give them those equity loans so they can go buy more assets or investments or get more educated for their kids and loved ones. you're going to make sure that they got to stay down. Meanwhile, across the red line, your favorite guys, you say, no problem. And by the way, the value of your home is more than the value over there. So now when you get $300,000-$400,000 that you can use to improve your family's assets and your future, the other side of town is left high and dry. But get this, 2 generations go by, or 30 years. The property value in, I'll call it A side, the good side, went up for $500,000. The house is paid off. The person has a $700,000, $600,000 home. The guys on the other side, their homes were $225,000. What happens? You guys know. Bottom line. Now they can go get a loan for $200,000. Go across the red line. Go buy it. Mow it down. Build something new for $200,000, $300,000 and create a whole nother new neighborhood. And now the values of homes are even higher than the red line on the other side. A, B now can charge another $100,000, $200,000. And you benefit from the wealth that is created again. Meanwhile, those same people are scrambling, looking, trying to figure out, even if I sell my home, where can I move? See how it works? If you don't understand how it works, the comment section is open. We can always have discussion, and you can find me on the live streams along with the rest of the SSN Nation Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. And with all that said, thank you for watching. Thank you for listening. And please like, subscribe, and click the bell below so you get the latest updates. And I know it's hard out here, but now you know it's hard out here and harder for others. So when you have the discrimination laws in place, it's for a reason. Because the bottom line is, if the other side was also equally getting the same treatment as the A side and the B side, then both sides would have money to make investments. Diversity investments for different reasons, and therefore spreading the wealth equally. So all the rising tide lifts all boats. Let me know what you think. And with all that said, keep your head up, keep moving, and I'm out.